Treasure Island, Chapter 23. The Coracle was a very difficult boat to sail. She turned in every direction but the one I wanted to go in. Luckily, the tide carried me directly to the Hispaniola. The anchor rope was pulled tight by the very strong current. In the darkness, I could hear the water rippling like a mountain stream. One cut with my knife, and the Hispaniola would float away with the tide, but it might also capsize the Coracle. I was about to abandon my plan when a breeze caught the Hispaniola. To my great joy, I felt the rope slacken in my grasp. Opening the knife with my teeth, I began cutting the strands of rope. From the cabin, I heard the sound of loud voices. One I recognised as that of Israel Hands. The other was another pirate, the one with the red cap. Both men had been drinking rum and they were arguing furiously.
I'll rip your head off, I will.
With a drunken cry, one of them threw an empty bottle overboard. On shore, I could see the glow of the great campfire burning warmly through the shoreside trees. Someone was singing an old sailor's song. Then the rope snapped. As the Hispaniola span across the current, my little boat bounced on the water. By a miracle, I managed to grasp a rope that was trailing overboard from the Hispaniola. By this time, the Hispaniola was gliding swiftly through the water. We were now level with the campfire. Through the cabin window, I saw that Hans and his companion were locked together in a deadly wrestle, their two furious, crimson faces swaying together under the smoky lamp. Each had a hand upon the other's throat. I dropped back into the coracle, just in time, for I was nearly overboard. From the campfire came the sound of the song I had heard so often.
15 men on a dead man's chest.
Then the coracle swerved sharply and changed her direction. The Hispaniola was swept along by the tide. I glanced over my shoulder and my heart jumped. There, right behind me, was the glow of the campfire. The current had changed direction. Now the Hispaniola and my little dancing coracle were spinning out into the open sea. Suddenly, the ship turned violently. A moment later, there were shouts coming from on board. I could hear feet climbing the rope ladder. We were heading towards rapid water and certain disaster. I lay down flat in the bottom of the coracle and prayed. I lay there for hours, continually tossed by the waves. I expected death with every plunge. Eventually, I fell asleep, dreaming of home and the old Admiral Benbow. Chapter 23. It was daylight when I awoke. The coracle had drifted around Treasure Island and was now at the southwestern end. The sun was up, but was still hidden behind that giant rock they called the Spyglass. Descending to the sea were tall cliffs. Below them were masses of fallen rock. I was close to the shore. Could I paddle in and land? No, the fallen rocks would smash the coracle. The current carried me further north. It surprised me how easily my little and light boat could ride the waves. The coracle bounced on the water as if dancing on springs. Drenched and terrified, I managed to stabilise it, but I could not change the direction of travel. How could I turn her back to reach land? I somehow managed to steer the coracle towards the shore. It was slow, exhausting work. I began to feel a terrible thirst as the sun reflected off the waves, making it 1,000 times stronger. Seawater dried upon me, the salt stinging my lips. My throat burned and my brain ached. Confused by thirst, I could do nothing but stare in wonder. Had they seen me? Would they chase me down? Why were they sailing an uneven course? The ship was drifting, up and down, north, south, east, west. Was nobody steering? Where were the men? Had they abandoned ship? Perhaps I could get on board and return her to her rightful captain. I set out to paddle after the Hispaniola. The coracle bounced on the waves. Once I had to stop and bail water from her. My heart beat faster. Gradually, though, I guided my coracle through the waves as foam splashed my face. I was gaining rapidly on the Hispaniola. Still, nobody appeared upon her decks. Where were the two pirates? Were they lying drunk below deck? The current was gradually turning the ship towards me. I could now see through the open cabin window. Despite the daylight, the lamp on the table was still burning. I paddled nearer, but the wind filled her sail. Despair turned to joy when the Hispaniola swung around until she was facing me again. She looked gigantic from down in the coracle. I had no time to think. Waves were crashing all around me. Instinctively, I stood up. Pushing the coracle away with my feet, I grabbed a rope hanging down from the side of the ship. As I pulled myself up, the coracle crashed into the Hispaniola and broke up. The force almost threw me back into the sea. Somehow, I continued to climb. Then I tumbled headfirst onto the deck.